Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream.
Oh no.
I had to change the position of me before, Jen, because I was taking up, where you were on screen. I was like, wait a minute, this is going to be funny.
He's stealing my place.
Well, that's interesting. They got some kind of, like, weird Halo 2 armor that I just unlocked in the the exchange place, sorry.
Yee. I got a note saying I had new armor, but I've not got unlocked.
Yeah, you end up buying a load, from the exchange. The exchange is basically just like a place where we can get armor in game. Okay, so we were doing Halo 2 Anniversary the last time. We had a load of trouble with it, so instead we're gonna skip. Because it wouldn't actually let us do the boss fight. It kept crashing every time. Every single time without fail.
Let's get to the end, and then it was like, nope.
Yeah, I have no clue why it was doing that as well. So we're gonna move on to the Sacred Icon, which is just after we beat Regret. Regret. Because we kept on going through the underwater section. We did the entire level, like I think it was 3 times.
You can't be regret. There is only regret.
At least the audio balancing in this is a little bit better than when I play Proteus with Sean, because it's hard to hear Sean over Proteus literally just being like, ah!
The game wants you to hear it.
Seriously, I'm going to have to turn it down on the Xbox next time. Because I've turned it down as much, well, not as much as I can, but I've turned it down quite a lot on the capture card. Here's where we get other bugs that I've not run into on PC before while we're playing.
If it decides it wants to load us in.
That's why I'm worrying. I'm like sat here with my drink, wondering whether it'll connect. It's okay. It says it's setting up the game. We're good? Yeah, we're good.
Is it a cutscene?
Yeah.
Do we skip it or do we risk playing it?
Skip it. I don't want to risk playing it just in case. I will admit, I do like how fast this game plays on PC. But then again, it's ages old at this point, even on Xbox, so... In a way, you okay?
Yeah.
Nope. I was just looking at all the sentinels behind you there.
It's fine.
Ooh. Whee! And away, here we go.
Whee!
I like this level. The only problem is there's too much flood and sentinels in it later on. So you can actually open these just by pressing in one of the versions, but apparently you have to shoot them in this one. I can't remember which version it is. Are you okay there?
Yeah, for some reason it showed you like in that room still, but it's invisible. That's why I was really confused. I could see your icon moving away from me.
It's okay. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Like,
Don't know why it would do that, but ah, there's the exit. Oh. Whee! I love the way it's give us the Covenant Carbine to begin with on this one, because I really enjoy this as a weapon. Especially when you can't get your hands on the battle rifle. Hey X-Ram! How you doing? We're doing fine, thank you. Oh. I remember that door being so dark. Oh, wait a minute, I just remembered. You know the things here, the locks. You don't actually have to shoot the sentinel. There's a weird thing with this. Hang on. I can avoid him for a moment. No, hang on. Just watch.
He's not shoots at me then.
He'll die in a moment. Here we go. Right, jump on the cradle, quick. For some strange reason, when the doors are about to open, he just automatically self-destructs. Don't know why, but me and Sean found it when we were speedrunning it. Hope you're doing okay there, X-Ram. Whew. By the way, Jen, we might be on next Sunday and Monday as well. Depending.
What's going on?
Well, you know how, I don't know whether you read all of main chat before, but you know, wait. Oh, that's strange. Something just popped up on Xbox there for me, I don't know what. You know, how far are you in the game, says X-Ram? We're about halfway. About halfway. So yeah, you know how previously you turned around on the last stream and went, if you want, you can put me in a bunny outfit for Halloween.
Yeah. Everybody
kind of voted and said that was kind of an Easter thing, so now it's a case of, we either do another one for Halloween, or you just wear that one. So it might be a 2-day event.
What people want me to wear for Halloween then?
A Halloween themed one. Basically, it's more or less the same thing, just Halloween. that's literally it. To which I gave everybody the option, and there was a vote on it, and I think it was Audio just turned around and went, well, whatever, it's your kind of thing. And then John turned around and went, do it, do it, do it. So, yeah. And then John specifically left the message saying, she's gonna hate me for this. Oh. The sentinel mages, or the big sentinels down there. Oh. So yeah, we're about halfway through X-Ram. We had problems with this the last time. The game decided that it wanted to be a little bit funny with us, wouldn't let us beat the boss in one of the levels. Oh, come on, Missus, I'll get you back.
Okay, I'm coming.
Did that close? Oh, it did. Just watch out for the flood behind you. Oh. Ow, ow. Tried to avoid that, but it did not work. Oh, I'm dead. Got hit in the back. Wow. Oh, and you got killed as well? Wow.
It passed you through, and then it teleported me in front of you, in front of the floor. I got so confused.
That was weird, that. What are you going to wear, Dave? I had a laugh before and said I was going to wear, because everybody wanted me to at least wear something bunny themed. If we were going to do that. I said I was going to do the ice cream guy from Undertale for a laugh, just to do the bunny thing. And then that's when everybody else turned around and went, it should be Halloween themed and we should go like as a double thing. So yeah, apparently if I can do it, I'm supposed to dress up as a vampire according to chat. Oh.
If you do realise that there's a slight loophole with that.
Why?
For you. Well, like, did they say what type of vampire?
No, they didn't.
Well, you could go as Blade then.
Oh. Oh. Oh crap. But yeah, either way, we may end up doing 2 streams. Oh, why does everything keep killing me here in one hit? Back it up, Jet. And why does you get killed every 2 seconds after I die?
They're not paying attention to me until you die, then they turn around and slap me. So if you don't die, I don't get slapped. Apart from then.
Seriously? Like, something is up with the AI on this, because it's never been this aggressive when I've played Heroic or Legendary before.
Ooh, that's better than.
Oh!
Maybe it's because it knows we didn't do the boss.
Possibly? Vampire, quite ironic, considering you said previously that you ingest garlic like crazy. Indeed! Damon says Dave could go as 30 Days of Night Vampires. Oh, hi Damon! I just seen you in there. But yeah, Jen, so anyway, it'll either be a 2-day event, or you can just have one if you want.
We're going to do 2 days, what we're going to play, because is it going to be Halo both days, or do you want to try something else as well?
As long as we're not trying to get on PSO for like another hour, we're fine. Oh. If we do 2 days, we could always do like Halo for one, and then I'm trying to think of something that's like co-op horror themed, like Left 4 Dead for another. But then I know I can like hear your eye twitching here when I said Left 4 Dead, so.
Left 4 Dead 2, but maybe if we can get a server, because last time I tried to go on it, like I could always find custom servers.
I'll have to try and find something else, because I swear there's something that we can play. Oh. Hi, Devasia. Nice to see you again.
Get Dead by Daylight and see if you can get someone else to play, or at least a few other people to play.
Yeah, maybe. I was gonna say, because I remember playing Dead by Daylight, but it's the thing is, the people that we played with last time made it really boring for me. Oh.
It's the whole thing, it's more fun when you play with friends anyway.
Oh, yeah. I know I'm going on Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. That's multiplayer, sustainment. Ooh. That's the new one, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else we've got. I know every other Halloween I've tried doing Alien Isolation at one point. The problem is that every time it's bugged out on me, which is kind of sad. Because we could probably do one where we literally just co-op it, as in like I stream it on my end and you just watch it and we have a laugh. Because that could always be a thing. You know, instead of it have to being a multiplayer experience, it could literally just be kind of like a chill thing.
Yeah, you're best doing it because you know what happened last time with my aliens. With Sonic and Trolley.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times they made you jump, even though I was playing. It was amazing.
Dude, I was amazed at how aggressive your AI was compared to mine.
Sonic, Trolley wasn't aggressive. Trolley just basically made it so you couldn't actually move.
Oh. Oh, and then obviously we've had Dead Space that we've played on stream before. That was a really popular one, for obvious reasons. Then we did Dead Space 2. That was one. I wanted to do Resident Evil 4's HD. That was it. We can always do that one, because that one's going to be topical as well, you know, because of the remake coming out. So I can compare the HD mod to the standard one. Because that one was... I mean, Resi 4 is always a good experience anyway.
You just wanted an excuse to play a Resi.
I mean, do I really need an excuse to play Resi?
You just find excuses to play a Resi. It's a shame that new Outlast game's not out for a while yet, because that's meant to be co-op.
Oh. Oh. Trying to watch out for all these flood here. Maybe one of the Resident Evil multiplayer games. Oh, or we could do we could try the shoot 'em up ones again on the Wii. Because those ones are alright, and I actually have my arms back now.
Make sure it's set up correctly, because last time I figured out it's been slightly off. It's absolutely terrible.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Where did we go?
The mortuary assistant is pretty pants-wettingly scary, says Damon. I think I've heard of that one.
It's scary, but at the same time, there's no real threat as long as you play it smart.
There's... I know Only is playing Skinwalker. That one looks pretty cool. Damon says, "No, I'm a bitch."
Suppose we could always put Dave on some chilly art games like the Bathhouse and Closing Shift.
Oh, hang on.
Well, not the Bathhouse, because I think he watched me watch someone playing that, so he'll have an idea what's going on.
It's either that or I try Five Nights, like I said I was going to on stream. You know, the last one that you've not even completed yet.
I'm gonna get around to it.
Because I need to play that anyway for reference for my video game. Oh. So I suppose I could play it. And then we could have a laugh. I could do all the, I could have a laugh referencing all the memes. Do you have Dimension? FNAF might be cool, says Damon. I mean, I'm all down for it, because I did say I wanted to play it. It's just I've not got around to it. Oh.
Dimension, isn't that a DS game?
Probably thinking of something else.
Yeah. There's something else that sounds like Dimension. I'm getting confused. I know on my PS4 I've got Siren I could play. We've got a bunch of the Fatal Frames, but we can't put Dave on Fatal Frame. We won't get far on Fatal Frame. He'll use up all the camera and then he will get bored, and because he will take ages to go anywhere because he moves like a train.
The character is a train?
He can make it go choo-choo.
If you stagger the character's walking animation, they look like a train.
They are not coming. Cover that doorway.
Oh, it's originally for the DS, but they ported it to PC, says X-Ram.
That's okay. I think it is. I'll have to have a look at the PC way.
I might have to have a look at some indie horror stuff as well. Well, Phasmorphia's out, but I don't think we have it. Dread Out is pretty cool. It's an indie Fatal Frame, says Damon from Indonesia. Ooh. Jen, you might as well take the shotgun if I've got the sword. Because I've got the rocket launcher as a secondary. I'm glad that doesn't actually use any energy to get through there.
Dave, I just realised we should get you to play through Alone in the Dark 5. I think it's 5.
Oh no. It's not, yeah, it's the one where you have to blink. The one that, I remember Sean saying it was totally badass when we were in university. And yeah, I don't agree with him.
You were so disappointed.
Seriously?
Did have fun with it.
I don't know.
Definitely wasn't Alone in the Dark game.
I'm gonna have to ask Sean next time me and Sean do a stream, like what he actually thought about that and whether he's replayed it again and what he thinks properly. You know, give his like thoughts and a little bit more in depth of a review on it. Oh. Because that's the one where you literally just, one of the main mechanics is blinking. Oh! Oh my god, I just thought of one. I just thought of one, but...
What?
I could do one of the Darkness games. But that would be sad for me more than anything else.
And plus knowing you'd start it and then you just never stop playing it until you're finished.
And I'm kind of getting emotional already because I know it would be sad for me. Hot Take Darkness 2 sucks. Oh, Damon. It's okay.
It isn't as good as the first one. The first one was amazing.
I'd say the first one's great story-wise and gameplay's okay. But I do enjoy the extra gameplay from the second one. You know, the way that the tentacles are a lot easier to use. Like that, I like them both for different aspects. You know, the art style for the second one was naff. I'd say they were trying to go for a, sort of a more unique sort of comic book style, which I kind of understand where they were going with it. But I definitely like the first one. The first one reminds me of Chronicles of Riddick, because if I remember rightly, I could be wrong, but both of them are made by Starbreeze. I think I'm probably wrong. I'll have to look into... No, it was Top Cow. Top Cow made Darkness. Or at least had the hand in it.
No, it wasn't the... I just blew up trying to think about that. No, I think both of them were separate studios because there was a problem. So I think one was Top Cow and then the other was Starbreeze.
I'm going to have a look, because Starbreeze is one of my favourites because of Chronicles of Riddick. Which I'm going to have to play on stream at some point. Oh. Because Escape from Butcher Bay was amazing. Oh. Darkness is a pretty good comic, not gonna lie, says Damon. Indeed it is.
The Arbiter. This quarantine zone has been compromised.
I think I've got a few hanging around still because I don't think I gave them all away when I moved.
Never heard you said it, but Darkness and Tentacles, and I immediately thought of Konosuba, says X-Ram. Oh. That reminds me, I still need to find a, or wait for a good Pop Parade figure of Darkness. Pop Parade are my saving grace at the moment when you want collectibles now. You know, kind of like the Sega prize figures we've got, Jen.
Yeah.
Basically, they're not like every other company where they put out like versions of figures that are like $200 or something. Instead, they're only like 24. You know, which is great. Starbreeze made the other Riddick game. Yeah, they made Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, and then Dark Athena. That reminds me, Jen, don't we have to watch the movie for Konosuba still?
I watched it. I don't know if you watched it.
I haven't watched it because I remember as we've watched a couple of animes through, and then I've been like, wait a minute, does it have a movie? And we've been like, yeah. Like, okay, we'll watch that at a later date because we've got to do the same with No Game No Life.
Yeah, I watched the movie. You watched it.
Whoa, dude, why do you do this to me? I want to enjoy these things with you.
I watched both of them. I don't mind watching the movie again. It was funny.
Come on. You're leaving me out.
I'm not leaving you out.
It's like I'm there like, we'll watch it together, it'll be all cool and everything, and then you're like, oh, I've already watched this like months ago.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to watch the movies. I thought I'll go ahead and
Don't do this again. You are literally leaving me out, especially like when we watched that other one, which was the one recently that we watched where I said I was interested and you turned around and went, you didn't look interested. And I'm like, dude, we were watching Spy Family at the same time.
You didn't seem interested in it. That's why.
You can't.
It was Love After World Domination.
You could have just asked me.
You were more interested in getting to the Gundam we were watching. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, it was, I nearly said Seed, it's not C, it's G.
8th Team. G Gundam and 8th Team were the Gundam ones we've watched.
Yeah, it was G Gundam we were going to watch next. I think you were more excited for that than...
Dude, no, I was chilling out, you know, like if I don't say anything, normally I still enjoy it and just chilling out, you know. You need to ask me these things. I don't want you to just assume that I'm just like not interested. Hi, John.
Oh, we do have Made in Abyss to watch on our list because we only watch like 2 episodes a day.
Are you sure you haven't seen it already without me?
I've not seen that one without you. And don't worry, I've not watched that other one. You were like, this one looks interesting without you as well.
Which one was the other one that looked interesting?
You showed me the
How to Tame
the Villainess. Go on.
Yeah, How to Tame. What was it? The Demon King or something.
I'm now the Villainess, so I'm taming the Demon King. Well, the final boss.
That was it. Hey, Jen, get in the back of the Spectre. We can go. John says, fight, fight, fight. No, it's more I don't like being left out of things when we've agreed to watch things together, you know.
pretty sure I've updated the list of do not even attempt to watch an episode without Dave.
Have you seen No Game No Life's movie without me?
No, I've not seen that yet without you.
Thank God! That would have made me really upset.
I think the more thing I've been doing with No Game No Life was when it was debating whether to start getting that light novel manga or Grand Blue Dreaming, because that took me a lot of time to decide which one to start with first. Again, so get Grand Blue one. I'm also trying to find the Sora figure because I want both the siblings, and you can only find him as an android, which is annoying.
Yeah, you can only find Shiro or Jibril in a bunny outfit. Jibril in a bunny outfit costs so much. It's the whole thing with bunny outfit characters, they cost so much. Speaking of bunny outfit, John says, Dave, get revenge for Jen watching stuff without you. Release the outfit. Well, the thing is, it's like, I could release texture templates for Jen's outfit, right? Or, which would be crazy, because that would open up the floodgates to everybody making their own textures and then sending them in. Or, it's the whole thing of, I've asked Jen to wear the other outfit before, but she's always turned it down, so...
I have come to life with that.
Oh, come on, Jen.
You probably could get that over here, you know, but...
What?
You know, carry on bringing it with us if you wanted, but okay, we're running.
What, the Spectre?
Yeah.
No, sometimes it's just a little bit easier going this way, because we skip through the cave here, and then it's the next section. Like an outfit in the Valve missing texture, with the missing texture all over it, says Damon. It'll be an untextured Pogs. No, no. No, Jen currently has... I'm counting. She had the original outfit. Then people complained about it, so I modified it, so it covered more. Then, that's the current version. Then, there's the bunny outfit. And then there's the outfit, which is a joke for the hub. In quotes, that's the one that Jen refuses to wear.
I like this one. I like the colours.
I mean, it literally is just a recolor of that one. Did Halo 2 always have electric guitars? Yes. Maybe... I don't know whether it was this version. Have I got the classic OST on? Hang on. I think I do. Oh, I can't tell because... I swear I have like the classic OST on for this because I remember mentioning about copyrighted stuff last time. Oh. But yeah, I was mulling around the idea before, Jen. You probably saw me joking about it with John, where I was saying like in the new section that I opened specifically for like the character updates and stuff. I was mulling around with the idea of giving at least just the texture templates out, as in, you know, like blank colors, nothing else, yeah. For a laugh for both of us. But then that would result in people being able to basically give us both custom textures. Switch graphics, the music changes too, says John. Indeed. And Bungie weren't being edgy teens. It's okay, it's fine. I just got melee to death again. Why am I getting one-shotted by all the flood on this? They've never done this to me on any other run. Like, no joke. This makes me look really bad at the game compared to what I'm used to and what I'm capable of. Oh.
I died.
Oh, great. I'm going to die now. Because they're all going to focus on me. Like, I know the AI is more aggressive in Halo 2 anyway, but... why is it that I've found myself getting one-shotted more in this run than any other point when I've been playing Halo? In like the past 20 years. Oh. I need that sword from over here. I just couldn't do anything there. I'm surrounded by like 10 flood forms there. Right, let's... Did 343 change this or something? They've done something to it. Because I've been one-shotted 4 times now, I think it is, in this one level. And no joke, normally I can get through this pretty much no problem, even on, like, Legendary. But it just seems like I'm either having really bad luck today or something's changed slightly in some of the patches. Because the AI has got, like, nothing but close range hits on me at the moment, and it's all really strange because they've been carrying shotguns. I mean, you'd normally expect them to shoot you with the shotgun, but instead it's just one really strong swing and then I'm dead. Stuff like that.
Be careful.
What happened there?
One had a rocket launcher.
What? How did he miss you then?
Because I jumped over the top of him as he was firing.
You weren't even on my screen? Game's just like, dude, no, screw you.
There you go.
Here's where I'm gonna die in like 2 seconds in the actual Scorpion, knowing my luck. Oh. Try and get my revenge here before that Wraith gets you.
You got it.
Oh. Here's an interesting conversation topic for you, Jen, especially while everybody else is in here. What wouldn't you wear on your avatar? Like, what are your limits currently with what you would and wouldn't go to?
I don't know.
You're not sure?
It sounds weird, but I'm not really into like proper frilly pose stuff.
So no frilly things?
I don't mind a bit of frill, but like bows and stuff, it's just I never liked, which sounds so weird just randomly saying that.
I remember when I've asked you about this stuff in the past, not so much about your avatar, but just in general, I know you've deliberately highlighted, what was it, garters? Oh.
Yeah, garters are really annoying things. They're like just a leather kind of band thing that's there like as a gun holster. It's like, okay, that makes sense. But then you get the little garter thing that's just there. It's like, nah, that's just annoying. Go away. I'm not wearing that.
So if it's not practical, then...
It looks weird as well to me. It looks itchy.
Okay. Jen, going off your Steam library, I don't believe you, says John.
I don't think I've got anything that's got garters in that.
Oh. Young's here.
Garters and clothes, maybe.
Young says, stupid moody dog, you made me look bad. Damon says, damn, that ghost just tanked a shot from a scorpion. Oh, here we go. Tank's gonna flip. Did we both get killed by that? Please. How? How? Jen, just stop dying every 2 seconds after I die. Like, that's gonna flip now. And I'm gonna... There's a common occurrence going on here. Every single time I die, you die 2 seconds after.
I'm just basically jumping about doing that, and then when you flip, I
was trying to shoot the ghost and you were right there. Are you okay, Jen? It's because your mic off.
Do I look like a ghost to you?
I got a gift for you, Moody. Not really for me. It's your favorite Master Chief, says Young. Jesus Christ, Steve, says X-Ram. I don't mean to shoot Jen there. It's just there was a ghost right next to me. I'm like, okay, I'll try getting it. And then the next minute, nope. Damon says, give her Rory Mercury's outfit. Oh, from Gate. It's a bit frilly though, isn't it? It's a goth Lolita. Oh.
That's fine as long as it's not like covered in bows. Let's put it that way.
What is it with you and bows? It's almost like you have a personal thing for it.
I have hated them ever since I was a little girl. I don't know why. I just...
What did bows do to you, Jen? Is it like PTSD flashbacks from Vietnam?
But blame Miss Pac-Man for starting.
It's like, you don't like bows, but you'll take leather instead. That's what I'm getting from you.
That's a decent material. What are you talking about?
Oh, wow. Give her the dress Darkness was when she had to return home. Oh, the low crop one?
God, I just realised I'm sounding more like Darkness because she hates that outfit as well. That kind of outfit.
I mean, that's the joke with you. Next thing you'll be turning around and saying you enjoy the other things that Darkness likes.
You almost ran me over again.
I didn't mean to.
I know.
I still think it's funny how from the last stream you're on record as saying if anybody wants to know or if you're fine with it, basically your character's wearing body paint. Because that was literally what you said the last time.
Hey, still technically covered up.
I'll leave it to everybody else in chat to decide on whether that's actually Jen's canon now. Oh. Damn, Dave, you're a lucky man, says Damon. I know, right? It's not often you get a girl that's into body paint and leather. Oh, crap.
Hello.
More talk like this continues. We're gonna get an idea of how we're gonna get an idea of how your honeymoon turned out, says John. Wasn't there something else that somebody mentioned about something like that recently, and we joked about it on the last stream? Oh no, that was I think Kira the last time. I think that was in main lobby as well. I can't remember. It was something like that. Oh no, it was the bunny outfit thing. Kira said something along the lines or to the effect of, Don't let Jem wear the bunny outfit now. Save it till Christmas, because you might end up getting an accidental present. And then put a winky face, and I was like, oh, okay, I see where you're going. And there was all kinds of hints like that. Jen, you might want to come back here, because we can just hide at the back of the platform. This is the easiest way to do this on Legendary. You just sit at the back here, because nothing happens.
Okay.
So yeah, you just crouch jump over here. Yeah. Trust me, it's really easy. Okay, now we just do this.
Nit.
So if Jen had her way, you'd be dressed head to toe in BDSM gear, says John.
I don't think he will do that. He doesn't need to.
Wait, what bunny outfit for Jen, says Young? Yeah, if you didn't hear the last Halo 2 stream we did, we were mentioning about Halloween themed stuff, and Jen turned around and went, yeah, if you want, you can put me in a bunny outfit for Halloween. So that's all ready now. We called it bluff. So yeah, she actually has at least 2 outfits now. The one that she's currently wearing in the bunny outfit. And then the one that she'll probably never wear.
Maybe depending.
Oh. And then if, what's going on there?
I just looked at chat.
And the one about the Barack Obama outfit. And then, like I was saying before, if we do a 2-day thing for Halloween, John said about a Halloween-themed thing, so you might end up with a bunny outfit and a Halloween-themed one.
Just thought if you want an easy one for kind of Halloween, the new Ada outfit probably be able to paint over.
Yeah, that one. Like, either Ada or Classic Ada would be able to be done pretty easy. President Jen giving President Jen a purple heart, says Young. I'm getting like some Xbox message thing coming up in the background, but I have no idea what it is.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
It's okay, at least it's not as bad as the stuff that we were talking about in main lobby before. That was so funny. Can I be the get down Mr. President guy, says Young. Oh, of course. It's okay, Jen. Remember, no matter what we do for laughs with the avatars and stuff, it will never be as bad as the stuff that happened in main lobby just.
Say that.
Well, remember, everything's got to be safe for work because of Susan, so...
Really?
Yeah?
As long as you don't get caught.
I don't even... This is safe for work, says Young. Ada and Leon for you two, or maybe Krauser for Dave now that he's getting buffs as X-Ram.
As long as he doesn't go to Resi 5 Chris.
Oh, Resi 5
Resi
Chris
6
levels.
Chris, that's even bigger. Get them cantaloupe melons, Dave.
Move to Twitch for one stream. Women can get away with anything on there, says John. That'd be the point where we end up putting that other outfit on, the joke one. You know, Jen, before, just to make sure that wasn't actually a myth for everybody, all I did was take, the texture sheet for it. I just clipped where the logo was out and just posted that up in the Vroid section. Just went, look, I'm not joking, it actually does exist.
Alright, okay.
It was funny with that one, just say, look, it exists. Yeah, Ada and Leon would be pretty cool. Cosplay the boulder from RE5. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, now we just need to sneak past the flood here, because normally what happens is in this level, all the flood just accumulate on the top here.
Coming for you.
Yep. Whereas I can just jump. Send you a PM in model chat, says Young. Oh, nice. Unfortunately, I can't answer it right now. I'll have a look at it in a bit. I love the way they remodeled this section of the library just for the interior bit. So yeah, all we've got from the conversation so far about what Jen will and won't wear is Jen won't wear frills. But she will wear leather. Cosplay Bayform as Devastator's balls. Just flash forward to, or rather cut to the clip of the film where you got that guy underneath Devastator. Directly underneath enemy scrotum. Have Jen be the enemy scrotum guy. Oh. Hey Crimson, nice to see you. Skip that.
So, just a weird take. The movie games for the Transformers movies, the multiplayer actually was really fun, especially Dark Side of the Moon.
Didn't you like 100% complete that or something, and you were really good at the multiplayer? Because I remember everybody messaging you for ages, being like, Jen, you've got to play with us in our clan matches and stuff.
Oh, that ended up as me helping everyone get the trophies and walking them through for the multiplayer or just playing games with them. And then it just became the whole thing of, okay, I'm off to play Left 4 Dead now with my friends. No, I'm playing Left 4 Dead with my friends. Please stop messaging me.
Dude, we literally could not play like some games without people messaging you, and it got really annoying because all we wanted to do was play with you. And I remember you were just like, I can't at the moment, I've got to finish off this stuff. And I'm like, seriously? I just want to play with my missus and I'm getting interrupted here. This is annoying. Huh?
It still wasn't as fun as when I 100%ed the first Monkey Island Special Edition. And then suddenly I was getting DMs from people. I'm like, who are you? How do you want to know that I've done this? Like, where are you getting my information from?
You've literally got DMs from like all of the Monkey Island community at this point. asking how to get achievements on Xbox.
How many people got stuck on red herring? And it's like, use the internet! Use a walkthrough! Why are you asking me?
But Jen, you're the expert! Like, seriously, with the amount of times you answered that question for people, you literally should have had a job at that company.
Play the new one.
Exram says, biker Jen with leather jacket and a nice Harley Davidson. Oh, that's what we could do. We could do, oh, what's the character's name again? The character that was replaced by Claire in Resi 2. The one in the biker outfit. I can't remember what her name is now. God damn it. I used to remember it. Oh my god, but Jobby, but it's Jen, says Young. Can we get Jen to play War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron? We've played, I think, War of Cybertron together. We just left out Fall of Cybertron because the multiplayer wasn't as good. Hot take from me there. People will disagree with me. Ion and Stealth are probably going to crucify me for that one.
I'm gonna remember if I played it or not. I can't remember.
We've not played the second one because I remember I turned around and said it didn't look as good, and as a result, we just never bothered. Oh, what? I just apparently died on the spot.
Hold on.
That was Stealth and Ion, and like, no joke, War for Cybertron is amazing on its multiplayer, but if I remember rightly, they made changes to Fall of Cybertron's multiplayer, just small ones, but they impacted my fun of it that much, from what I remember at least, that I then decided, yeah, no. But I will admit, I have been really picky with games in the past, so, like, extremely picky, so that's probably part of it. Like, I'm willing to give it another shot, primarily because I want to see Metroplex, like, actually in-game. Revenge of the Fallen game was amazing, says John. Oh, crap. I did the deed, Rudy, says Young. Oh, boy. Here's where I get told off by Stealth later on, or he's just like, dude, I'm disowning you or something. Oh, no. Seriously? We're playing on Heroic, but it feels like we're playing on Legendary.
There's only one bad thing with all the Transformers games. They're all missing out my boy, Astro Train.
See, now, this is where it kind of gets interesting, because your boy literally has been Astro Train, Octane, and Soundwave. So which one is it, or have you got the boys?
My boys, leave them alone. Starscream could also go in there with the other Seekers as well. Because you gotta have the Seekers in there.
Autobot and Decepticon DS games for the first movie were better than they should have been, says Crimson. Sorry about not saying that before, Crimson. I did notice the message. I just didn't read it out as quick as I should have.
Don't worry, you can pick me up later.
Original Bayformers is fun, destroying buildings as the Autobots. Oh yeah, I remember one of my friends really enjoyed that one. Fall for Cybertron's multiplayer was fun, but War for Cybertron was better. Jen has good taste as Young.
Thank you.
Moody likes Wheelie. No, I don't.
But which version of Wheelie? Because there's the movie Wheelie, and then there's season... Oh, which one was it? Was it 3 or 4 he was in?
3.
Sorry, I just suddenly had a brain fart, and I was like, yeah, 4's Headmasters. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
So, okay, so basically, if you've got what? The Seekers and, like, most of the main Decepticons.
the yeah, I'll just take the Decepticons. There we go. That sounds fair. You can have the Autobots. I'll have the
Then I've got Prime, Rotorstorm, Ultra Magnus, and Grimlock. Oh, no wait, and Hot Rod as well. I'll take Hot Rod. Nobody's gonna like me for that one. They're gonna be like, how could you do that, Dave? Everybody likes you for liking cons. I don't think Prime should count. Okay, if Prime doesn't count, then Grimlock, Rotor Storm, Magnus, and Omega Supreme. And Hot Rod, specifically Hot Rod from the end of the 86 movie. It's like saying Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader's in Star Wars, says Damon. Okay. I don't mind not having Prime, you know. I liked Armada as a whole, says Crimson, because of the Minicon thing. Oh god, yeah. You mean Rodimus? Yeah. Hot Rod Season 4 is kind of a loser. Hot Rod is a con!
At least we're not going into full Beast Wars and everything.
Oh, crap. Beast Wars, it'd be Dinobot for me, and nobody else. Literally, just Dinobot. Like, if I could only pick two from normal Transformers... Actually, no, I'm thinking of other ones that I like now. Like, if everybody's trying to... If everybody's trying to limit me, like, really limit me, I'll just take, like, Rotor Storm and, Hotspot. Are we counting AU Beast Wars? Honestly, I don't know, but I'll take Dinobot from Beast Wars and nothing else. Jen, do you know Six Shot, says Young? I know which one he's on about, because it's been his avatar for a while.
I was gonna say, the name rings a bell, but I can't put... Can you say a face for it?
Oh my god. He's gonna fall out when you hear a little bit, you know.
If you show, like, if I see the picture, I'll probably go, oh yeah, I remember.
In other words, just DM that to Jen later on, or tag her in chat with it. I know what he means, because, like, it's Transformers, you know. You remember quite a lot of the characters.
You know what my brain could be like? It will remember everything and then suddenly go, doo. Now I've forgotten everything. It's like, no, please don't do this.
I mean, to be honest, we're both guilty of that, even on stream, where I've been like, and then you've been like, dude, you know this? I'm like, I do. Oh. Six Shot transforms into six things, says Damon. Oh, we can do a little drop down there as well. You can do that before the enemies even come in, so you can basically speedrun that section. Oh, see if I can actually do it here. It probably won't let me, but... Who isn't guilty of the brain going blank, says Crimson. I think it's more, you know, people start joking and saying, oh, look what's happening, it's your age. And it's like, no, it isn't. It's just my brain going blank.
It's more embarrassing when you have the brain fart and you say the wrong thing. Like I knew a guy, extreme, like, it sounds hard to say, it's kind of what was a bit of an elitist nerd. And he came in with a shirt, and it was the Superman icon from Infamous.
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah. And he said, oh, do you know what it is? I opened my mouth to say it, and my mind went, nope, you're saying Iron Man. I then had to listen for a half-an-hour lecture about something I already knew because I said the wrong thing and he wouldn't let me correct myself.
Yeah, but then again, you've been lectured about stuff that you do know about, like video games actually in a store as well by somebody. That was, seriously, I've never experienced first-hand sexism until that.
Yeah, but it's so fun when it happens and I get to play so dumb. It's like, oh yeah, really? Oh, that's so interesting. And then, especially when they go completely wrong, it's like, oh, I never knew that.
That had me, like, what after that happened? It's like, what is going on here, you know?
You talked about the Xbox and Connect when I came into, oh, what was I trying to buy?
We were in game. We were in game, and it was the same. No, it was the same game we went back to play Forza on the simulator. But we were getting something. I think it might have actually been Transformers or something like that.
Dishonored? I think it might have been Dishonored or something like Dishonored we were getting.
I mean, I got Dishonored for you because I got you the special edition.
I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm sure it was something like Dishonored, like a game similar. Because we were looking for it, because we were definitely after something.
Was it Dishonored? We were in a game shop and we were definitely after something. Was it Dishonored or a game or Dishonored?
At least it's At least it's not like that time. It's like, Dave, I'm going in to rebuy Kingdom Hearts because the guy just lost my copy of it. I can't find it in any store. This is my last chance. It's not in this store. Right, I'm buying a Dreamcast and 100 games.
That was the best investment ever.
There'll be other lists in the next room.
Oh,
I'm not impulsive in the slightest.
that moment where you're both impulsive in a relationship, but one has a little bit more control than the other. Jen, you like Tarn, says Young. From Decepticons.
I heard you wrong. Can you repeat that name?
Tarn, T-A-R-N.
Okay, I'm just gonna go into the corner and just be really embarrassed. Yes, I do.
Hey, you back here? You back here? Okay, you back here? You gonna come
I
with me?
said, do you like tongue? And I'm like, what the hell is that question?
So, you like tongue, Jen? you like tongue? I mean, I could give an interesting response to that, but I'm not going to. I love that you're just dying now. too distracted and thrown off your game, and as a result, you almost got killed by that brute. I love the tone that this has been going this time. It's like slightly not playing it safe, slightly telling about, certain things, and then next minute it's like, oh, it's okay, it's safe again. Young says, no safe, Moody.
There it is.
Crimson says, I was waiting to see a rocket to the face. Hey, Jen, you like tongue? Nope.
Why has he got a flag? I don't remember him having a flag before.
They do. Jen is down bad, says Damon.
Jump in.
Oh. Oh, I'm on the wrong floor.
Where are you?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
President down nasty on America, says Young.
There are 2 groups of Marines in this detention. I'll zero their location.
John says, do you like tongue is a fair question, but if it was followed up with were, then it would be sussy. John, honestly, I was surprised you didn't follow up with something like that almost immediately. Considering... Oh, go on.
The only reason I did it, I think I was more taken back of, what is this question? This doesn't seem right.
I thought you were literally starting to panic there with the conversation, primarily because of you just stopping, and you could tell you were thinking about it for a moment. It's like, I beg your pardon, Dave. It's not really that time. We're not drunk. It's a little bit too lewd. Excuse me.
I think it's more as like, oh, Young asked this question. I'm like, why is Young asking this?
Oh.
I think that's probably why.
So what you're saying is, you expected it of somebody like John. But not Young.
Young's too innocent, and also my bodyguard, so he doesn't ask them sort of questions.
John, she's stereotyping you here. John says, Dave, I'm not drunk, it's not your birthday.
Marines are just inside.
Hey, I'm innocent, says John. Why do I have a feeling he's probably pulling a shifty face on the other end? I shoot before I ask questions, says Young. Need to get down to the next floor here. Oh, I still laugh how this is off the back of, I think there was a conversation in main lobby the other day, when everybody was saying why are all VTubers lewd? Oh.
I know some non-lewd VTubers, it's just that the one that I really like is definitely, as they say, unsay-so.
Listen up, Marines. The chief's hunting.
My selling chat is lewd because it showed my legs as Young. Oh yeah, because he said he was going to take a picture of his foot.
To go, Chief.
John says, I definitely don't run a lewd Discord or anything. Oh god, I remember now. Oh.
Chief, come to the lower level.
Excuse
More
me.
guards,
And
get
a bit
ready.
pink.
Young, is your feet going to end up on that website where they all take pictures of people's feet and then upload them? It's like a, what is it? Akidiris talked about it. It's like an index of all online personalities' feet. I didn't do that. It's just how my happens. My leg was in it, says Young. Ah, okay. Hey man, if I get money, sure, I'll send foot pics, says Young. Jen, we should troll the that website, but yeah, we should troll that website by just taking pictures of your avatar's feet. Oh.
I'd say, yeah, no one wants to see my actual feet. I've got hobbit feet. I'll admit that. That's why no one needs to see my feet.
This foot is for protecting president, says Young. Oh. Ah. Jen has hairy feet, says John. No, she's exaggerating. This foot is where America is down bad, says Young.
We'll get out of here.
That reminds me, I still need to figure out when your last things are coming, Jen, you know, for your birthday. I don't know, I'm sure there's Rule 94 for Hobbit feet, says Damon. Jen hired me off the streets, says Young. Oh. That reminds me, I still want more behind the scenes from Lord of the Rings, the original 3, but the problem is, I don't think there is.
Well, yeah, the extended edition now, so that has a load of stuff in it, and see what we've got.
That sentence with no context is sus, says John. Behind the scenes sounds sus, says Young. It's so funny considering literally before I was like, what else can I do for content recently? I was like, maybe I could do one of the like the Halloween outfit that I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream, and I'll just do like a behind the scenes of how that's created, but I don't know. Might be a bit too sus.
Oh, this is...
Porno has behind the scenes, says Young. John, what do you reckon? Should I do that texture creation video or what?
Okay. This...
Yes. Okay. I'll get on that at some point then. You alright, missus?
Yeah, I'm just fixing the Marine's texture, don't mind me.
Wait, what?
He was-
How do you fix
was
this
just-
texture in game? We're not modding it.
It was just teeth and a weapon.
What?
But he's fine now, he's just got up the lift, it was like a full person, so... I had to keep like knocking into him and getting him into the lift to get him back to being human. I should have left him and shown you, actually.
It didn't look like that on my screen.
Yeah, that's because I managed to fix it. I had to keep knocking him into the lift thing and then coming back up again.
Exram says, behind the scenes is an old term. The expression now is OnlyFans. Oh. Just think, Jen, if we ever get really desperate, we can always open an OnlyFans for your avatar. But that's if we get incredibly desperate.
I can just get people who just take the avatar and do it themselves. It won't pay.
No! The whole idea is they pay.
Just doing OnlyFans of me actually playing my Steam library games.
Real expression is public knowledge, says Damon. Seriously, you playing most of your Steam library would be quite hilarious. Considering the only two things I have in my Steam library that are like anything like that. Koikatsu and Subverse. Those are literally the only two in my roster, and I've even admitted those on as much before. Oh crap! Because Koikatsu is the character creator one, and then Subverse is that parody of Mass Effect.
Except watch you play a bit of that one.
That was hilarious.
Have failed to protect the province, and in so doing, put all our lives at risk.
I didn't get my Lambo, says Young. Jen's built differently.
Thou in faith will keep us safe whilst we find the path.
It's like I missed the memo growing up that this shouldn't be a thing. It's like, oh, sorry.
Those are the only ones you'll admit on stream, says John. It's funny because I think I've shown off my my Steam list before. Most of it was mech games. I have a bunch of those Gag H games because my friend gifted them to me, says Damon. I think the only ones that we have like that out, no, sorry, like anything similar is the, what is it, the Sakura visual novels, Jen, because you got the Humble Bundle versions of them.
I got the Humble Bundles of them, and then there's also someone gifted me Hentai versus Evil.
Oh god.
Which I know you watched me play, and you were like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm kind of just having fun just shooting stuff.
Oh, I'm down.
Back
Back it up, just back it up to try and respawn if you can.
I'm trying to do.
The funny thing about those, there we go, I've spawned in, missus. Thank you very much. The funny thing about those type of games is just seeing how actually bad they are, because a lot of them are just really... What? There's nothing even near me.
There's two. Have you died again?
Yeah.
Two hunters that are shooting.
Oh, I know, but it said I got hit by one of them, like a melee hit, but there was nothing near me. There's no physics boxes or anything to hit me. I just dodged one of them then.
You need to finish... Well, actually, no, because the final boss of that is a nightmare, but I was going to say you need to finish Hunipop 2.
Oh yeah, we've got Hunipop. We've said as much before on stream about us both owning Hunipop, but you having like 100 odd more hours than me on it.
Because I was trying to 100% it, then I realised I actually don't have the talent to do it. So I 100%ed Honeycam Studio, and then I finished Hunipop 2, in which that final boss is absolute nightmare and should not exist.
That's the thing with like Hunipop 2. I always thought, you know what, it's going to be a cool experience, kind of like the first one, and instead it almost seems like it's unanimous that, or yeah, I think it's unanimous, the word that I'm trying to go for. Basically, it's commonly accepted by quite a lot of people that it just seems to be not as good as the original.
I like the whole thing of, like, I'm trying to think of a way to try and make this not sound bad, but
Make it sound sexy instead, then.
like, having two women at once is kind of fun.
Wait, what was that?
It's like having the two women at once is actually kind of fun and stuff when you get used to it. It's just when their emotional baggage gets involved.
Oh, wow. I'm alright. That could literally be translated to, I'm alright with women until I know the backstory.
Slip space rupture.
Let's see what chat says. Damon... Oh no, I've read that one. Damon says, I also have that weird grape game that the media threw a fit over. Wait, what?
I know which one he means.
No response.
I kind of was curious about that one, but I never got around to checking it out before the media got involved, let's put it that way.
Oh boy. I don't know what the heck that is, so I'm just gonna stay out of it.
Yeah, just smile and nod.
Trying to keep up with chat as well. It's called Grape Day without a G. Oh. That. Is Jen the queen of Hunipop like Mark is the king of FNAF?
No, I'm not that good. But Honeycam Studio, I 100%ed. I can't do. I can't do Honeypop.
Young's been censored here by YouTube. Susan's been at you, Young. But it says, I'm okay with women until they make me a sandwich. Until they don't make me a sandwich. Joke. Damon says, I had to get the grape game before it was taken down.
At this moment, I can't see the icons.
Oh. She censors sandwiches, says Young. Yeah. Somehow I got past the YouTube bots, says Damon. I mean, it's because you didn't outright say the other one, I think.
Once the towers are cleared, we'll drive them from the lower district.
Oh, I died.
Oh no, that's gonna leave me in a room with like 4 elites. Oh crap. Trying to spawn you in now.
I'm in.
Ah.
I did.
How?
He literally went up the elevator and he killed me.
What, the lift killed you?
No, there's a guy camping the elevator.
Sticky nade on that guy there. Oh, got one. Oh! Young says, just do what Master Chief did in the novels, Moody. But the novels aren't canon!
Do what Master Chief did in the TV series?
Master Cheeks. I love the way, like Damon said here, YouTube censors Young's one for sandwiches because he mentioned woman and sandwich in the same sentence. But it doesn't censor him. It is to me, says Stark. It says Young. You should start a joke petition and have Master Cheeks be an Easter egg in one of the new games, and it literally has to be that actor just nude with his butt hanging out, you know, in the corner like they did with Jason in this game.
Most people have tried modding it in before they get banned.
Woman washing dishes. Did they censor that, says Young? No, they didn't. Andrew Tate, yeah. I think that was him. How did you do that? How did you do what? You're right, Jen.
Yeah, there we go. He didn't want to jump up.
Black Bunny says, hi, hello.
Hello.
She can't make up her mind, says Young. Yeah, she can't make up her mind on what she wants to be censored. You think Andrew Tate would be censored, says Damon. I have... This is going to sound really stupid on me, but I don't even know who that is. Or rather, I probably do, but I just don't remember. It's one of the two. She works for him. Wait, what? I might be just really gullible here right now, but I'm taking that as gospel, you know. He's been banned for everything else. Wait, what? Like, seriously, what's going on? I do not know who Andrew Tate is then. Does anybody want to, like, at least inform me and so I don't have to do a Google search later on? And probably not find anything because he's probably been removed by Google from what you guys are saying.
He's a bad man. There you go.
Oh.
Well, he's a bad man that got caught, finally.
I have no clue what anybody's on about right now. I'm just kind of sat here like, B-grade self-help guru. Okay. Is that it? Like, I don't mean that as a bad thing, like, oh, is that it? Wannabe Chad guy who said controversial things. He's my Asian mum that drives correctly. That's a Young. Oh my god. He says stuff about... Oh. Yeah, I'll spawn you over here, Jen. There we go.
Ooh.
Damon says he says stuff about women that the media thinks is wrong. Ah. Okay. So it's kind of an Alex Jones situation then.
You know, them self-help guys that I sometimes laugh about, Dave.
The ones that think they're like super Chad, but they just sound stupid.
Super Chad.
Why am I dead again?
Coming up with all these great ideas on how to be the best man, even though it's kind of like, what are you talking about? This is BS.
Yeah.
He basically think of the king of them.
Oh. Because, like, the last one you said to me that was kind of like that was absolutely terrible, because it's just like, what? I need to spawn in, by the way, but apparently the area is, not safe because of that.
I tried swinging, but he got me first.
Let's see. Damon's saying something here, but I can't quite... Oh, what? There was a grunt in front of me, but it says I got killed by an energy sword, and then I got killed again by what looks like a box. Invisible elite. What is going on here? Let's try and skip that elite. I'm just gonna skip that room if I can.
I'll just stay here just in case.
Oh. Just watch out for that sword-wielding elite. Grunt shot your pee-pee.
Where I was, then I was fine from everyone.
Damon says most of the self-help gurus are all the same, but honestly, it's all harmless. I suppose it's harmless if you only take it as like a joke thing, but I imagine if taken the wrong way or somebody gets the wrong idea, then maybe then it's wrong. I don't know. I'm not.
Some's harmless and some is really bad misinformation. Like not just about like women and whatnot, but just like diets and health and stuff in general.
Okay. I got. Oh, go on.
And then you get the silly ones that, like the one I found yesterday, who went on a rampage about oatmeal and how we shouldn't eat it because it's only good for horses. Just trying to take my porridge away from me.
He said he had authority over women in dark alleys at night in super high crime-rich areas. Wait, what? That's weird. Oh, no. I'm trying to uncensor Young in chat here. What the hell? Young got censored because he said titties. There we go. X-Ram says that enemy was 3 parallel universes ahead of you. He said he had the authority over her to tell them not to go down the alley alone, but if they want to, they can. Oh, I get it. So it's basically like a warning of you might not want to go down there, especially at night then. Because that's kind of what I'm getting from that. What the hell was that brute doing? Love the flat cannon or the fuel rod. Basically, says Damon. I think it comes down to, in that case, then it's just how you word it and whether the person actually takes it as like proper advice or just being somebody being really sort of condescending. The Mountain Dew cannon. No, seriously, it's just the sound effect for this weapon for me is really nice. It's not as good as the Halo 1 version, though, for PC multiplayer. That thing is literally an anti-infantry weapon, as it should be. Some of what he says is bad, but only if you take it out of context of, like, a 6-hour stream, says Damon. So it's kind of one of those things of context is everything, as usual. Because people make clips, he got banned. I see. So nobody then checks the context of that, as usual.
I died.
Oh crap!
Should have said explosions. I died.
People sit there for 6 hours watching, says Young. Dedication. You back in, Jen?
Yeah. At least the thing is though, people acted like he was like one of them horrible pickup artist type guys, and he's like, oh, he's not.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing that we mentioned the last time when we said it's kind of crazy how they banned Pepe Le Pew from the second Space Jam movie, but then they still have like the Clockwork Orange guys that are literal grape people, you know. Oh, they are fans of the struggle snuggle. That's another way of calling it. Oh, I'm gonna get copyright striked, but it's worth it. You know, it's funny when I think I've mentioned this before on stream, but Breaking Benjamin playing here, I remember when this first, like I think it was one of the first times it played, and I remember just being like, oh, this is like a movie, and then it turned off, and I was not happy. Like, Blow Me Away is easily the most memorable part of the soundtrack. Oh. I can't stand this song. I've listened to it so much I'm sick of it, says Damon. I'm sorry. You'd hate me then. Like, I'm surprised Jen still puts up with my music choices sometimes.
When he likes a song, he is a toddler, and that is all you'll hear. This results in months and months of just the hunk theme.
From Resident Evil 2, the remake.
At least Buried the Light is a bit more interesting to listen to when you went through that phase. But just hearing...
I drove you crazy with that one. Oh, I'm down. I'm down. Down one song. Jesus, Dave. Yeah, when I find a song that I really enjoy, no joke, I'll listen to it like 200 or 400 times. And it's only when I personally get bored of it that... Or rather, when I listen to it that much that it kind of puts me off the song, then I stop listening to it. Oh. Oh crap. Which is why it drives Jen crazy. Because she'll literally hear the same song like 400 times and then be like, dude, seriously? Really?
I get having like playlists and you're like, okay, here's a small amount of songs I like listening to. That's fine. Dave is literally one song.
Hey, I like that one song. Oh crap, we gotta do this entire room again? The Bionicle commercial songs, man. The World Revolving, says John. World Revolving is amazing. Like, despite me having listened to the Deltarune and Undertale soundtrack over and over and over again, I still am not bored of them. I'm just trying to save certain tracks instead of doing what I normally do, because then I won't get bored of them, and thus they won't lose the special emotional impact they have on me. But yeah, no joke, I've listened to this one a lot. The same with quite a lot of the other ones. I'm the same, but it's it's in a playlist of like 7 songs, says Damon. Like, the only playlist I have currently is the Symphogear playlist from Season 1 to 5 and the mobile game. And that has, like, 84 songs in, I think it is. Oh. Forgot to ask, what's your thought on Gotham Knights, says Young? Not played it yet. Sean wanted to play it co-op with me, but apparently it's been getting absolutely terrible reviews. Oh, I want to still play co-op with him, and I want to try it out for myself. I had a laugh for anyone who knows Susie Sphere Hunter on YouTube. I saw her tweet about it before when she just picked it up, and she's busy eyeing up Batgirl's butt because that's what she's into. She was like, this game, man, it'd be doing some strange things to me. You know. The funny thing is, I actually wanted to play as Red Hood in it, but Sean basically stole him. Sean was like... Oh, go on.
I was going to say then who you're going to be then.
I have no clue. I'll probably end up being Nightwing.
Let's get the index and
It's either Nightwing or I do the alternate thing and just deliberately play as Barbara so I can see her butt for like 99.9% of the game. You know, I appreciate it when games go all in and make the feminine curves look really nice. But if I'm gonna be playing as that character for like 60 odd hours or whatever, they better have some nice curves. Oh, that reminds me, I should totally just play Nier again because I never actually properly completed it. Just start from the beginning.
You need to do that, and you need to do Xenoblade.
Oh, yeah. Xenoblade takes forever, though. Damon says, I have a playlist. I just add 2. It's like 856 songs. Jeez. Oh, and for some strange reason, it's loading? Did yours crash there, Jen, or...?
It still just shows Uprising campaign screen thing for me. So end stream and finish. There we go, it's up.
Oh, there we go. Damon says, mostly slamming brutal death metal, funeral doom, and dark synthwave. See, I don't do that. I have like a mixture of songs, like... Oh, crap. What is going on here? Is it lagging, guys?
Skipped.
Hang on.
So give it a sec.
No, the stream's fine. It just went really weird then for a moment. Yeah, I used to listen to, like, non-stop, just, like, metal and stuff like that. I just started listening to a load of different things. Like, recently, I've just been going all crazy and listening to Real Big Fish over and over and over again. So it's constant ska music now. And that's only because Jen reminded me of Dead or Alive Volleyball. And then I
needed your help.
And then I reminded myself of the Digimon movie because they're in that as well. Oh.
Because of my only one playlist.
What is going on? Says Damon. Wait, what was going on? Is everything alright? Or listen to Carl Weezer tunes? No, I'm good. You didn't finish end stream and finish, it says Young. I got up to 9S's storyline, but I could easily just play it from the beginning over again and enjoy it. Everything is fine. You're missing out.
No.
Yeah, I got up to 9S's story at the beginning. Make him listen to Carl Weezer, Jen, says Young. It looked like it bugged out for a second. Yeah, it did. It, like, froze in place and started lagging like mad. See how long this is. Ah, okay. There's a friendly... I'm gonna do the little skip thing here if I can. See if I can get this. There we go. I did the skip off the geometry. You get friendly grunts in this one, Jen.
I know what happens with friendly grunts. People come and kill them.
That was Phil, wasn't it?
Phil and Sean.
I know he killed the elite. Geometry Dash is Young. Oh. Oh, I hate the way that brutes are basically damage sponges in this game, and why is it all over the place, seemingly? Do you know who Silver Gunner is, Dave? Says Eggtram. I've heard of him before. I think some of you guys have referenced him before. I think 96 has referenced him. I know he's got a music channel. For, I think, remixes, isn't it? Been listening to a lot of synth pop and retro wave recently. I love him, says Damon. I honestly, as much as I love retro wave or synth wave as well, I honestly can't listen to much of it anymore. Like, I might be able to eventually again, but no joke. It's like I started listening to him, and I was getting that nice sort of like 80s sort of vibe that you get from it, you know. And then it just, as I listened to more of it, I just started getting, like, a really, really massive, like, load of, like, really like, heavy depressive feelings. And I don't know why either. I was listening to stuff like Midnight. I was like, okay, I like Midnight. And then next moment, I'm, like, feeling really depressed every time I listen to one of the tracks. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. You know. Maybe it's because it's, like, subconsciously making me remember stuff. And I'm just like, oh, no. I don't know.
I got brute shit.
He does the best Snow Halation remixes, says X-Ram. Ooh. Oh, we got Sim back here? The depression song is the best. No, no, no. I don't like being depressed or anything when I'm listening to music. It's like there are certain songs at the moment that just set me off in different ways. Oh. Like retro and synthwave stuff makes me kind of feel depressed after a while. Metal and stuff, depending on what it is, can get me feeling really angry. You know, I just, Scar at the moment tends to be my thing, primarily just because it's light-hearted. And then the rest is literally just video game soundtracks, which you can't really have... Oh, no, actually that's wrong. I was going to say, you can't have too much kind of feeling like that, but you can, because I'm listening to the Undertale and Deltarune soundtracks, which make me feel lots of different emotions.
I was about to say, you don't have a soundtrack that makes you cry. You just put the end of Crisis Core on and I'll just bawl for you.
I do have one like that. It's literally the Undertale soundtrack. Like, no joke, almost every single time I lose it to the Undertale soundtrack. Oh, trying to think of the one that I've lost it to recently that wasn't that. Carl Weezer Bionicle theme, says Young. If you're depressed, listen to the Bee Gees. I've not listened to the Bee Gees in ages. I'm gonna listen to Carl Weezer after this stream, says Damon. Honestly, the way it keeps getting brought up, I'm like, Young's gotta be memeing here, but I don't know whether he's being serious or not. Oh, why did that shoot up like a rocket at me? Do it, it's amazing, says Young. I'm being played. I swear I'm being played here. Oh! Incoming ammo crate. Oh, no, come on.
I'm just getting out of there.
We good? We in the same room?
Yeah.
Oh.
To send you that joke rock band again, the one that's basically singing Hallelujah to IKEA. I'm trying to remember the name now. Nano. It's not Nanobot. Oh, it's going to annoy me now what they called. Because there was the love song, but he was a gargoyle.
Jenny, I can't shoot that guy in the head because you were moving in front of me. Oh crap. Wait, what? Why were you shooting me then?
Sorry, I thought the grunt was an enemy because of other games.
Because of other games?
I got
But we're
confused.
playing the Arbiter?
I'm sorry, I got confused. He's fine. And you're fine.
Should listen to a meme Halo theme during the stream. Sent you too, Moody, says Young. I'll look at them after the stream. Split jaws all look alike, says Damon. Weren't we meant to have friendly hunters on here? They're just not here now? I swear they're in at this point, but I might be wrong. Probably am. I know we get them later on. Ion is hunting you down. Oh no. Is that because of the Fall of Cybertron thing? Because I'm on record on audio saying I didn't find it as good multiplayer-wise. Maybe. Seriously, like, if I remember rightly, you guys can correct me on this. It was when we played the demo version before it actually came out. We played the demo multiplayer, and you want to know that this is how picky I was about it. So we played demo multiplayer, and what happens is I used to always play the same class as Prime on the first game. Specifically just because you could literally just barrel down a level and like ram into people. For anyone that's played it, by the way. If you've not played it, you won't know. But I suppose I should explain it. So, in the first game's multiplayer, the fun thing about playing, I think it's the leader class they're called? Basically, it's Optimus Prime's class. Is you get to be like a truck. And you get to customize the truck, you get to transform, obviously, you get some cool weapons. But the cool thing about it is when you transform, you can ram into people because you're that big. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I got really good with just taking out enemy players by ramming into them. So much that, like, most of my gameplay was killing people by ramming into them. And then transforming and shooting the rest and then driving off again. And the reason why I say it's that good primarily is not just because ramming into them was pretty much an insta-kill, but it's just because, like, when you got really good at it, you just almost non-stop moving around the battlefield, taking people out, ramming into them, and then moving on. And I've mentioned this before in other streams, but I'll mention it again. I transformed that much on that game between truck and robot mode, ramming into people and then taking them out on foot as well, that the left stick on one of my very old 360 pads literally has like a hole or a dent in the stick worn into it because of how much I was pressing the stick down to transform. So yeah, it's weird. It's got like this really massive dent in it. I'll have to take a picture of it at some point just to prove it, you know, just for the sake of it, because I know some people will want that proof. It's just like, oh, it's nuts. But yeah, when we played the demo for Fall of Cybertron, from what I remember at least from playing the demo, that option wasn't in for the leader class. And immediately I was just like, no, I'm out, fam. If I can't play leader and ram into enemy players and get easy kills on him, then no, I'm out. You know, very petty of me, but I know what I like, and if it's not in there, then, you know. But after so many years, I'm willing to at least give it a shot now and give it a little bit more room to actually impress me, because I know there are really good bits to the campaign on it. Cue the, like, if Stu was here and we were in chat, and we were streaming it or whatever, he'd confirm this as well, but there's another story. We're playing it the first time on co-op. It's me, Stu, and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. It was the third player. But yeah, basically, we're playing the first game on co-op, and we get to the very end where you have to fight, I think it's Trypticon? And... no, not Trypticon, sorry. Oh, actually, no, it is, because we were playing the Autobot campaign. We get to the end of the campaign, where you fight Trypticon in the pit thing as the final boss, where he's in his, like, Tyrannosaurus or Godzilla form. And, no joke, it's like 4 AM, and Stu's like, dude, what have you got to do tomorrow? Because it's like 4 in the morning, let's just call it. And I'm like, dude, we have to complete this. We've gone all the way through this level on the hardest difficulty. Let's just complete this. And he's like, seriously, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, well, I got an interview for an office job. And he's like, dude, you've got an office job interview and it's 4 AM. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'll just wing it. So we did complete the boss. We did it literally after I'd said that, like, let's do this. We beat it, hardest difficulty. I'm like, okay, this is really cool. We achieved something. That's great. I go to bed. I wake up like 3 hours later for this interview. And the funny part is, obviously, because I've been like hardly any sleep, I wake up and I've got red eyes. I go into the interview And they asked me, like, dude, what's wrong with the red eyes? But because it was summer as well, I blagged it and went, I got hay fever. And I blagged it for anyone who doesn't know that phrase. Basically, it's like saying, oh, I got through with a cheeky little lie. You know, that didn't harm anybody. But, you know, it worked in my favor. So yeah, basically I'm like, oh, I got hay fever. And they're like, oh, okay. I did the interview. And the best part about it after that was I actually got the job. So yeah. I still remember Stu laughing at me for that because he's like, dude, seriously, you do not need to do this. I was like, oh, I got this in the bag, no problem. You know.
But karma got you because now your hay fever's worse than ever since then.
Yeah, my hay fever is absolutely terrible now. Oh. I would have said I was doing drugs, says Young. Either that or doing crime. My eyes are red from doing crime. In the cupboard. Let's try going invisible. You're still at it, says Proof. Hi, Proof!
Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I clicked the button.
Oh, that might be for the, is it for the terminal?
Yeah, I was trying to pick up a weapon and it activated the terminal.
Have fun with that.
It's okay, I skipped it, it let me.
Oh, right. Get some ammo. But yeah, War for Cybertron, man, it's fantastic. Sounds like you grew up, says Damon. No, it's like, I've explained this before, it's like, I wouldn't say I'd grown up as much, it's just I've taken a different approach to things recently. It's like I've been saying for this entire year, I've been trying to, separate the two sides of me differently so I can at least recognize what's going on. And as a result, the much calmer, nicer side of me is more willing to give bad games and just other games in general a shot. The other side of me is like, yeah, nah, let's screw this, we're wasting our time, you know? So it's kind of a whole deal with trying to get both of them to agree with each other. Is that also the reason you don't play boxing games? Because you're afraid of haymakers, says Proof. Oh, that was a terrible joke. Oh, that was meant to hit all of them and do AoE damage, but apparently it didn't. And he's still alive after that? Just do the power of friendship and become one Captain Planet, says Young. John says, Fall of Cybertron campaign is awesome, War for Cybertron is better. Oh, no. The speed at which that rocket launcher came out of my inventory there and then fired it. Oh, whoa, whoa. Proof says, hey, give me some slack. I have to do bad jokes in a different language. In a different language I'm used to. That's fine, that's fine. It was a dad joke, though. Ghost flying around like a confused moth. The amount of moths that Jen has that are really fluffy that just sit on her hands for no reason while she's using the computer. It's pretty amusing. She is like a Disney princess to moths.
Just giving up, like throwing him out the window. It's like, oh, there's a moth. It wants to say hello. It's on my keyboard. It's on my hand. It's on the monitor. It's just not leaving me alone.
It's tickling my hand. I can't aim. Dave, help.
It's that and grabbing Daddy Longlegs, but not the spider version. The little fly thing that just flies into the wall.
Oh yeah, because you don't like killing moths and I don't like killing them. Honestly, just burn the house down at that point, Dave, says David. It's not that bad. They just come in from outside because we leave the windows open. Oh, leave the windows open to let the fresh air in and just loads of moths come in. Well, then, of course, it's like, oh, okay.
He doesn't mind because they hang around me. So he doesn't need to worry.
Young says, bro, is Mothman... You has the Mothman from SpongeBob. Use a hammer, it helps against the tickle, says Proof. Oof. Yeah, we don't like killing stuff, so...
Unless it's a spider, then.
That's you?
Okay, if it's a big spider, then. If it's a tiny one, then it's fine, as long as it stays away from me.
Or the big moth from Teen Titans. Wait, what? Jen is like Mothra, queen of the moths, says David. Killing spiders is okay, they're freaky, says Proof. Young says, Jen, big spider with lots of baby spiders on it.
No.
He specifically mentioned you as well in that, just to get your attention.
No. There is still big spider. Big spider just counts as everything else.
We don't have time for this, Chief. Truth's Phantom is nearing the Forerunner ship.
I love the way Cortana was telling me we hardly have any time. Meanwhile, I'm trying to fight off a room full of brutes. Apparently jumping spiders are kind of cute, says Young.
It's like, as long as it's sort of like small and kind of like stay away, like don't get too close, it's fine.
Jen likes the
like,
tiny
little,
dancing one.
or little money spiders, like the really tiny little red ones, they're fine. Because they're also meant to be lucky. But yeah, the big ones that run at you, because apparently they're meant to be scared of you, that is bullshit, because they're running at you. And the blood-filled one as well, I don't know what it was. Yeah, it's dead. It's never coming back again. It haunts my dreams.
Proof says flamethrowers are also cute.
I'll disable this lift once you reach the top. That'll slow them down. I hope.
Hey, Sky.
Shall we let the flood consume?
Sorry for yawning like that. That's probably fatigue from the past couple of days. Go to sleep whenever I want. Wake up after 5 hours for no reason, no matter when, or when I go to sleep, or, you know, how tired I feel. It's always 5 hours.
I'll do what I can.
Always 5 and only 5. Wake up in the morning. Can't get back to sleep. Go an entire day with 5 hours sleep.
Covenant construct.
Go to sleep. Wake up after 5 hours again. Driving me crazy.
Sorry if that's me keeping you awake, because I'm having trouble getting sleep and staying asleep myself.
Oh, I just want to sleep. Oh, no. Can I just... No. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh my.
You might want to consider sleeping then, says Sky. Reverse psychology, says Young to you, Jen. Sky says, I would start ranting about Armored Core. That usually works, putting my... putting many of my friends to sleep, but I get a feeling that might not work with you. Probably not, to be honest. Did you just go over there and immediately die, Jen?
No. I'm not here. I'm still fighting over there. It's fine.
Damon says, I feel you, Dave. I'm having the same issue, but with 4 hours. Just talk about the animation and Moody will be up for days, says Young. Oh, hell yeah. So, Damon, the worst thing ever, I've mentioned it before because you mentioned 4 hours. I worked this out recently because I've mentioned it a couple of times on stream. There was one point in university where one of my tutors basically for games design was like, oh, totally just go at it as hard as you want in terms of doing your project for level design. And just see what you come up with. It'll be worth it. And I'll... He just turned around and went, yeah, anything goes in terms of like what you need to do to complete this project. I was like, oh, okay. So from the beginning, I was like, I'll go in, I'll do everything super detailed compared to everybody else. I'll work on it really hard. I was like, okay, here we go, right? So I went at it that hard that I figured in a average month, you get, I think it's about 240 hours sleep. roughly. At minimum, at most that month that I was doing that project for, I had 120 hours worth of sleep. And then I fell asleep for a week afterwards, only waking up like 1 or 2 hours for food. And I went partially blind for, I think it was a couple of minutes as well as a side effect. It was really weird. And I've never done that again. Until I drank too much coffee and then stayed awake for an entire week. Because I really drank a lot of coffee. That was not nice either. That was in 2011, I think? Oh crap. It kind of relates to Halo conversation as well, or at least it'll loop back eventually, because I've just seen Exram be like, sleepers for the week, Dave, probably. Yeah, basically, the whole mentality for it came from the watching the behind the scenes for Halo 2. Sky says, staying awake for a week can't be good. Oh, it isn't. It really isn't. I think you mistook hibernation. That for hibernation. No, sorry. I think you mistook the hibernation thing, Dave. That's for birds, not for humans. Yeah, so no, to clarify, or rather to get this out in the open, because I think I've mentioned it once before in like another stream, but I don't know whether I deleted it or not because of me deleting older streams. Yeah, basically the reason why I say that mentality came from the behind the scenes of Halo 2 is because, and people will probably be able to relate to me on this, or at least understand where I'm coming from. Hey Marcus! Basically, at the point in which Halo 2 came out, in about 2004, roughly, I was just entering college, and didn't know what I wanted to do. I started slowly getting the idea that I wanted to do games design, and considering I didn't really have a good education, I was like, okay, I'll go, whatever I do, I'll go all in on it, compared to, you know, before that, where it's like, okay, I'm obviously suffering, I don't have a good education, I need to do something here. So, immediately my brain was like, right, every single bit of my effort needs to go into whatever I want to learn here. So sure enough, I'm like, okay, I'll do games design. Started doing games design in my own free time before I learned it in college. So I'm using every single waking moment to learn, on my own time, games design. And then when I get to college, that's when I kick it up into high gear. But the reason why I say this is because, like, watching at this point in time, when I started doing this, I watched the behind the scenes for Halo 2, and I saw the crunch for Halo 2, what is now legendary crunch period for being really bad for people. But Teenage Dave is like, well, actually it was Teenage Moody. Teenage Moody is like, we've already committed to working as hard as we can, and this kind of aligns with what we're already thinking right now, which is basically, you do incredibly hard work, you get rewarded for it, and the behind-the-scenes video more or less cemented that for me, because I took it the wrong way. Instead of looking at it as, this is really bad because people are essentially working themselves to death, Teenage Moody saw this as, these guys are having a lot of fun, or at least it looks like it when they're testing the game and stuff, and they're doing what they like, they're eating pizza at the desk and just chilling out, you know, and they made a really good product at the end of it, so therefore, working as hard as possible works. It works. And I'm like, okay, I've got to work myself to the absolute bone, you know, until I literally can't walk or anything. And that was the wrong message to take away from it. But from then on, literally, it's like whenever I'm doing something, it's all or bust, or rather, all or I just don't commit to something, you know. So it's really crazy, but I've been reeling it back over like the last, I'd say, decade, to the point where it's like, yeah, now it's not so much, I'll stay up all night and have no sleep the next day. Now it's like, if I stay up all night, I'll at least make sure I get the sleep the next day, you know. Oh, but yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's not the right attitude to have, and I do kind of regret it because I missed out on a lot of important things, or rather, what I consider important. I remember everyone knows Phoenix Saga from Discord, or at least knows his username. basically, when I met Phoenix Saga was when we were both working in the industry, doing video game stuff. And I remember Phoenix Saga being like, dude, I want to do games design when I'm in university. And I was like, please don't do that. And he was like, why? I was like, I've been through this. Trust me, you will get nothing out of it. You will regret it. And he's like, you sure about that? I was like, seriously, you will regret this. Do something else that's a lot better. And I put him off it that much. He ended up doing coding, and now he works for a company doing like coding for various different things, I think. So yeah, he actually got a benefit out of my my really negative way of looking at things and potentially wasting a lot of my time, because I was saying to him I regret not spending time, like as much time with certain family members, or for instance, I went that hard at this kind of stuff, like learning stuff in my own free time and trying to improve. I went at it that hard, no joke. I've not had a holiday in literally about a decade or more. I've missed out at least 2 or 3 Christmases where I've just worked over Christmas. I'm trying to remember what else. I swear I've worked on my birthdays at one point and not taken my birthdays off. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You fell for the propaganda of crunch.
Yeah, I fell for the crunch propaganda. And Moody ran with it, because Moody was really angry. So yeah, it's not good being in crunch. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it if you're missing out spending time with family members and stuff that is way more important. Especially if those family members end up not being around anymore. So yeah, it's nuts. Oh. So if you ever start thinking like that, please don't, or at least know when to take a break.
This crisis will not be the end of
Oh.
us. It is but
Welcome to the family, son, says Young. I'll read the other chat messages in a moment, because some of them are a lot longer and more detailed. Oh. And I can't while I'm trying to aim. Again, it's nothing against you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I'm literally just trying to survive on this for the moment. Oh. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Come on now. I just realised that's part of Moody's backstory I just told as well.
I think he's safe in here now.
Yeah, we're safe. So now I can read chat. That moment where I accidentally go into half of Moody's backstory by accident. Damon says, that sucks. I hope it gets better. Oh, it's got better, yeah. I should probably go to the doctors if it doesn't get better. I've had it happen within the past year to me when it was really hot. I thought it was dehydration. It ended up not being dehydration. It just ended up being fatigue, and I ended up having to stay awake for, I think it was almost 48 hours, and then eventually I was able to reset myself because I ended up going to the doctors about it. I wasted my time for 13 hours in hospital when I'd already been suffering for another, I think it was 8 with sleep deprivation. It was nuts. Then I had to stay awake another, I think it was 8 or something before I could actually get to sleep because I was still seeing the doctor and there was some other waiting stuff. Waiting times in the UK are not good. And most hospitals looks like they're out of the zombie apocalypse at the moment because they're heavily overcrowded. Marcus says, did you know that Google remembers everything you do on a separate, separate from your browser history? It's going to be looking at a lot of time and images then. Xram says, imagine if you went to 100% in another field, Dave. The best male stripper in the UK. I have this whole problem now where I always feel like the potential that I still have is sorely untapped. And a lot of it is partially because of me choosing to go into something that I thought would be a good career and it not having any security blanket. There's like no security when it comes to video games industry. As is evidenced by my massive amount of contracts that I've done where I get let go and then rehired again. And as a result also of my skin condition, which doesn't allow me to do anything when I'm standing. So it kind of limits what I can and can't do, you know. So it's an awkward situation that I'm in, but I make the most of it. Sky says, that's kind of the problem I've had, except facing consecutive failures for all the effort I put in, so now I just don't care anymore. I can relate to that! Unfortunately. Sky says, I'm not talking about the kind of failure where you learn and get better from. Yeah, I can unfortunately relate to that.
The more it's just beating you down and down.
Yep. That has been a very painful thing to try and get over. Marcus says, I just finished my video game development and programming courses. I plan for a year before I actually go for it, though since all was done in early UE4 versions. When I did it, it was all done in Unreal Tournament 2004. This was before ZBrush was even a thing, and Unreal 3 was just about coming out. So funny. It really dates things, but...
It's fun going to university to realize you've wasted your money.
Oh yeah, Jen has been to 2 separate universities and been on 3 different courses that have screwed her over.
Like, my first college one, halfway through the course, the head of the art department had an argument with my art tutor because she was helping me do all the written work and stuff because I'm dyslexic. That's what I struggle with. I don't struggle with the art side. But because he's like, no, you're meant to be experimenting and doing this and that, he took me out my class. My teacher, basically, the argument was that bad, she didn't even want to talk to me, so I didn't know what my coursework actually was, didn't know what I had to do. He just had me keep on experimenting and everything, and doing like 3D models, learning wood and everything like that. So I had a great time. Got an E, because I didn't do the work, because no one told me what the work was, and no one would give me the work. Then I managed to get into a uni course for media, in which then the teachers all left in protest of pay. When we complained about not having teachers, we were actually told, screw the, like, you can leave, screw it, we have your money. So we decided in protest to stay and take the best computer room and just hang around until they started hiring people to try and teach us stuff, including people that had just left university.
It's messed up again.
I didn't know what they were doing, which it was great and wonderful.
Oh crap.
And somehow we managed to pass that with the help of the last guy that came, because he was like, okay, this is like what we need to do, this is your coursework, like this is how you can move it around.
Sounds like fraud. Obvious fraud, says Sky. Isn't that illegal? Get on the turret, Jen. Oh no, the illegal.
Then I took a few years out because I'm like, yeah, university's a scam. I feel ripped off. I'm just gonna work in a takeaway, and I enjoyed that because I ended up working there for 5 years. But then Dave's like, let's try uni again. He'll put me on the game design course. And in the first year, I was doing great until the teacher was forced to leave because of health reasons. And the person that took over was a fine artist that had only just started learning 3D, didn't know game engines or anything like that, and was learning it over the summer holiday. In which then I took the book he learned over the summer holiday and learned all the stuff he had within 2 weeks, and was told I didn't have to listen to his lecture on how to use the engine. I could just mess about and see what new stuff I could find, as long as I shared it with him.
So this is kind of also linked in with my stuff to do, because we both went to the same university, obviously.
You were a year behind me.
I was a year behind Jen, so I'm watching Jen do this game course as I'm finishing doing multimedia. I go and do multimedia. I'm like, I just need to do something because I'd done modding on Halo 1. I'd mentioned this before, but we'd both been doing modding on Halo 1. I introduced Jen to it back in like end of 2004, beginning of 2005, and that was what I was doing in my free time while I was trying to get into university to do anything. And I thought, okay, self-teaching myself 3D animation will be great, which is basically where the conversation went before with using the massive amount of determination that I had after having a really crap education to learn stuff off my own bat and actually do something good in education. So I'm like, okay, I'll learn 3D modeling, I'll learn Photoshop all from scratch, everything else. Did a load of Halo modding. I go to do multimedia, and I go on the multimedia course, and I literally just excel at it, because it's all really, really primitive stuff compared to what I've been doing in my free time. So I literally ace that. I don't need to really worry about it. And the tutor that was teaching us also leaves for health reasons. But he leaves the work for us to still do. So I ended up basically teaching the course in its second year to everybody else. And then the guy at the end of it manages to come back and is like, oh, I see you've done good without me. This is great. I feel really, really confident that you can do stuff like this in future. Really good job. And I'm like, okay, this is nice. At least I feel confident that I've got like a good grade in multimedia. And then I'm like, okay, because I needed to wait till I was, I think, either 18 to do games design. I took a year out, did more modding, and then I did the games design course the year behind Jen. So I'd already known what was going on. I go in the first week that this guy is is doing his course and is self-teaching himself. And he's there telling me how to do these things in 3D. And literally the first day, I kind of showed him up in front of the entire class, and he didn't like it. He's like, oh, you can just bridge these two things together, these two models, by deleting these faces, then welding the verts together. And I'm like, there's an easy way of doing this. And he's like, how? We were using 3ds Max 6 at the time, I think it was, or 7. And I'm like, get the two adjacent faces, bridge them together, bring the verts together, delete, and then just weld the verts together in the center. It takes like 2 seconds quicker than you can. And he's like, wait, what? Because he'd never known how to do it, obviously. So he does it, he tries it, and it works. He's like, oh, that's interesting. And then no joke, from then on, because I already knew more about 3D and Photoshop than him, basically, it was most of the time he was interested in what Jem was doing when Jem was in the room, because we shared the same classroom between both years. Or it was him basically coming to me for advice on how to run his course, because he didn't know, because like we said, he was a fine artist, he was good at drawing, but he was basically learning 3D in his free time so he could run this video games course. He ran the video game course. It was meant to have programming in it, but instead, because he didn't know how to program, obviously, it wasn't his experience or his expertise, he ended up actually cancelling that out of the course and replacing it with, I think, fine art. Which, when the people that were in charge of actually delivering the course apparently found out, they weren't too happy, because that was what we were paying for, basically. But yeah, like every other time we were in lesson, it ended up basically being Jen learning stuff on her side, and then being like, you know what, I've done this week, do you want to know about it? Jen used this book full of notes and learned Unreal Engine 2 in about 2 weeks, I think it was. She gave me the book and I learned it in like a night or two, I think it was. And
it was all mine with my thing of notes.
With Jen's post-it
notes. What
notes.
this actually means.
So yeah, it was nuts. So we ended up both knowing more than him within a very short span of time. And then, I know this is all sounding cocky, but it's more just like, what happened here? But yeah, it ended up being the point where we were at, like, Jem was in the second year just chilling out, more or less, for the most part, or trying to. She ended up taking on projects that were a little bit bigger than she expected, then getting super stressed out, thinking that she hadn't done enough when she'd actually done miles more than anybody else on the course. And then, on my end, because I already knew practically everything this guy was trying to teach me, if not more, what ended up happening was I ended up actually teaching everybody else on the course. It ended up with me actually running the course for him because he couldn't deliver the type of stuff that they wanted him to deliver. And he clearly was like, I don't know this. I've not got enough time to learn all of this. what do I do? And it's just like, dude, I'll just run it for you. We ended up going over, like, ways to submit different coursework and things. It was like, okay, when we do different projects, Dave, you're always going to be the team lead because you know what you're doing and you can supervise everybody. It was nuts. It was absolute nuts, insanity. It was easily probably a scam, but I just didn't think of that at the time because I was too busy literally being a teacher without actually having the teaching job qualifications. It's like, what the hell?
I had to teach you the design document thing because I had that tutor that came in for the last 2-3 months. Before the summer holidays, he was supposed to stay and be the coder and game design thing, but the other artist basically got rid of him because he wanted to focus on art. But he basically took me and 2 other people, because we were a part of a team at that thing, under his wing because of the work we'd done on our own. And he was like, okay guys, I'm going to teach you like how to do this properly, like what else you need to do, which was really cool. So I just kept all the notes and then I had to share them with that teacher and all the other classes.
But yeah, it was absolutely nuts. Did you get paid? No, I didn't because I was a student at the time. I had to pay to actually run the course effectively. Like, this is what happens when you spend, like, a good couple of years doing stuff in your own free time and learning a lot about it, you know, because you're really passionate about it. And then you find that somebody else is trying to teach you these things, but clearly doesn't have the qualifications or knowledge to do it. And then you end up teaching everybody else that's trying to learn this stuff. You know, it's nuts.
Oops.
Absolute insanity. Sky says, I mean, is it cocky of you to say that you learned more about the domain you were interested in than the person that had no prior knowledge or interest? I don't know, it might come across to some people as cocky. You know, I try not to be cocky, but when it's that kind of thing, you gotta understand from my point of view, after we'd finished that, especially because this was at the same time where I'd met a friend that was dealing with really bad depression, and I was also basically, I took him under my wing because, like, the best way to describe it was, I met him in my first year of multimedia. He was on the course for a week. I knew him, only a little bit. I got his phone number because he showed an interest in video games. And then, all of a sudden, he just disappears. So I contact him and he's like, dude, I got depression. And I was like, I don't understand what. And he's like, yeah, I've got depression. I'm sorry, I can't continue with this. And this is part of Moody's backstory, basically. Or at least it weaves into it. So I'm sat there trying to understand depression. I look it up a little bit. And I'm thinking about what experiences I've had. Because at the same time, I'd suffered from it a little bit. But I was trying to understand a wider sort of spectrum of how it affects people. Because at this point, it was super bad for me. I'd thought about offing myself a bunch of times. You know, it was not nice. But I was like, I wonder whether that's the same for anybody else. And of course, it's not. It affects people differently. But this guy's sat there, he's suffering from depression, and I'm thinking to myself, I can relate to you, at least on that level, and I don't think you should sacrifice your education just, you know, for this. You became a teacher and a mentor while being a student. Yeah. So basically, I'm feeling really sorry for this guy, and I'm feeling really upset, because I'm like, I've been through this, but I've promised myself that I wouldn't suffer from this anymore. And as a result, I got into, like, teaching myself stuff. And I don't think you should sacrifice stuff or you should be the victim because of you going through this. So I turned around to him and I was like, hey, dude, promise me one thing. If I can get you through this course, if I can walk you through it and just be there to support you, would you do it so that you actually get something out of your life rather than just, you know, just sitting there and being a victim of this terrible thing that's happening to you? Because I don't know what you've gone through, but I can relate to probably how angry you feel and how upset. And he's like, well, you know, if you can promise me that you can get me through this and it actually works, then I'll do it. And immediately I'm like, right, we've connected. I've got him. You know, so I'm like, I go to the tutor the next day, the one that I'm friends with, that turned around to me and said, you know what? You seem really good at multimedia. You know, I can leave you on your own, and you're basically doing everything yourself. This is great. And this was in the second year. This other guy with depression had gone into the first year again. I was friends with him all the way through the first year, even though he wasn't there. I was trying to get him back into it. So he ended up joining at the end of the first year. Or what was my first year. And I said to this teacher, I was like, dude, I need a favor. And he's like, what? And I was like, you trust me, right? He's like, yeah. And I was like, this guy, I really feel upset and I really feel for him. And I'm not having him just waste his life doing nothing because this is affecting him that bad. So I was like, do me a favor, because you already know you can trust me. Let me have this guy in our class, or at least give me the permission to go in and out of classes whenever the hell I want, so I can check up on him. And no joke, the teacher was like, as long as you can get all the other tutors to sign off on it, you're fine, you can do it. No joke, went round all the other tutors, because they were all fine with me. And I was like, I need the ability to do this. This tutor said it's fine if I can, because the student has depression, and I just can't stand watching him suffer. And they were like, well, if this tutor said yeah, then fine. And I have video footage of this still on an old hard drive for proof. But basically, that first year that he did, my second year, turned into me basically hanging out with him for like the first month or two in his lessons, to the point where the tutors actually merged the two classes together, because I was in there that often and they actually thought it was just a natural thing. So it ended up being like I was around there all the time because I knew what I was doing. I was basically just chilling out in lesson all the time and just hanging out with him. He was doing all his own thing, you know, and learning all this multimedia stuff. He's a really good artist as well. So he was showing everybody his artwork. It's the happiest I'd ever seen him. You know, he's just chilling out. He doesn't have to worry about anything. I'm just there giving him the confidence and be like, dude, keep it up. Keep having a good time. You know, I'm here to help you have a good time and get you through this. Let's do this. He does his first year. He's great. Second year he does is when I'm doing games design. So I'm still doing games design, you know, but this is when I start doing it properly and where I learn that this teacher doesn't know what he's doing. But because he doesn't know what he's doing, I just chill out in lessons and I do the work at home, and basically I just keep going into his lesson whenever I can, or chilling out with him. You know, we hang out a lot in our free time. He becomes a really good friend as a result, and it was really great. He was fine with it. He came on to do games design the year after me and basically walked through that. With obviously with my help as well. He still suffers from depression a little bit, but it's not as much anymore. But those years were way easier on him because of me being there and helping him out and just chilling, basically. Being someone there to support him and, you know, just chill. And as a result, it was a great laugh. Honestly, I've got video footage of it still, but my college years or my uni years as a result all felt like one big party, because most of the time I was just basically being crazy, you know. I was being crazy, I was acting the fool or the joker. I did all the work in my free time, I got good grades as a result. It was fantastic. I did a load of crazy stuff with him, though. It was basically like Jackass every day we were in lesson together. It was like, I know one time we almost set the classroom on fire because somebody had a fascination with fire and decided to put deodorant in a Lucozade bottle and then light it, and almost lit the face on fire. The guy that was depressed, or still is suffering from depression a little bit, he had a fascination with BB guns. We ended up bringing a load of BB guns in. We ended up shooting up the room we were in to the point of putting BBs embedded into the ceiling tiles. And at one point, somebody shot one of the Mac screens, because we were all using Macs at the time. we shot one of the screens and the BB got lodged, or the airsoft round, I should say, got lodged inside the screen and completely destroyed the screen. To the point where one of the tutors came in. We'd done this that much by this point, just being idiots but still learning, you know. Basically, because we'd had that much stupid time, one of the tutors knew all the stuff that we were doing, you know. Funny thing was, this was at the point where everybody on YouTube used to do, like, vlogs and stuff, like actual real-life vlogs, just, it was more of a fad thing that was just coming in. And I filmed all of this, so they were watching this unfold on YouTube that very same evening for like 16 weeks, I think I did it. So they were seeing all this stuff unfold, but one of the tutors comes in, he sees this airsoft round embedded in this Mac screen. He looks at us, he goes, "Don't say a word, I know it was you guys." He then proceeds to turn off the computer, pick it up, take it out the room, then comes back with a replacement and goes, "Yeah, don't do that again," and then walks off. And we were all just like, what the hell? You know, there were multiple times where we were doing fine art drawing for multimedia, and I came in and just randomly bought a cake and brought it in for everybody to have in the middle of fine art, because, you know, it's random, it's funny, nobody else is going to do it. Who else wants cake, you know? All fun and games. We even put a little flag on it. We had like 3 of them. What else did we do? Oh, we did a load of crazy stuff. It was so fun. Like, every moment was just having a good laugh to take this guy's mind off depression. But yeah, it was so funny. So funny. We used to throw paper airplanes across the parking lot, just for the sake of it, and see how far we could get them. One of them flew all the way to the nearest joint, which I think was Pizza Hut. That was pretty funny. That was like a good 20 to 30 feet or something. We were actually surprised it went that far. We had one time where a bunch of us tried to race down one of the corridors towards some double doors. One of the guys didn't stop in time and smacked into the double doors and actually bust his face open. That was pretty nuts. Trying to remember. Oh, there was one related to Jen, because we had a joke before in main lobby about Jen not having luck with computers. At one point, when I was doing multimedia for one of the end projects, I basically made one of my Halo mods into a final project that I could do just because, you know, it was more impressive. So it was basically like an interactive level that people could look at for this final project in a presentation. It was really cool. We got everything set up. I'd already been installing Halo's demo on the Macs at this point, non-stop, to the point where the IT guy actually had it out for me. Because, like, every other time, we wanted something to play at dinner, so I just kept on installing the original Halo demo for Mac on the computers, because it was a shared network. We could just play multiplayer over the network whenever we wanted. And he was there like, "Dude, have you installed it again for like the 50th time?" I'm like, I'm totally not hiding backups of this and Unreal Tournament 2004's multiplayer demo in different folders. It was so funny. I'm trying to remember what else we did that was amusing but really got on the college's, well, the university's nerves. I keep saying college because it was a college, but it did university courses as well, so it was basically like a mix. I'm trying to remember. There was one where we messed around. There was a old lift in one of the multimedia rooms that was in the basement that used to go all the way up through one of the buildings, and on the top floor was admin, but on the middle floor was hairdressing studies, where it was literally just a bunch of girls just learning hairdressing. And we had a good laugh because at one point we went up in the lift for the sake of it just to see what was there. It opens into hairdressing, and there's just like 4 guys just stood in this lift, just chilling out, like, hi? And, like, a bunch of them just turn around and like, "You guys aren't meant to be here, what's going on?" Next minute, we're all, like, smashing the button to go up again so it doesn't stop on the floor anymore. And then next moment, one of them decides to get the bright idea to send this empty Coke bottle, like a 2-litre Coke bottle that we've got, up in the lift with a sign on it that just says, "Hello." So we send this sign up with this smiley face on it, and the Coke bottle disappears and we don't get it back. And we had a laugh, we give it a name. I think we give it Jeffrey and the name for a laugh because of me having a fascination with the name Jeff, spelt Jeff before the meme was actually a thing. So we sent up another one later on that just said, please give us back Jeff, and we didn't get that one back either. I feel like the IT guys got a pay raise because of you guys. The funny thing is, the IT guy ended up turning out to be really good friends with us at the end of it. I found out he was actually friends with one of the other guys that was in our group, and it wasn't so much he was really annoyed at us, he was more just like, dude, why did you keep doing that? I was like, well, we got free time, you know. I kidnapped the entire class one time when they were meant to go out on a field trip. They were meant to go out on a field trip on a train to this art museum, and instead we just got everybody to turn the phones off, and I just kidnapped them and took them out for a really good day out. Which was funny, because the tutors knew it was me doing it. They turned around and give everybody a big sort of lecture. Well, everybody else says it was a big lecture. All it was literally was just, do us a favor, don't listen to Dave when he tells you to do that again. Oh, I tell you, man, Moody had a really interesting time in university doing that kind of stuff. It was all fun and games. All fun and games. A right blast, and just having a laugh with friends, trying to make sure that one guy wasn't suffering anymore. Ended up being a right laugh, although he did make one stupid mistake. He did the ultimate no-no, which was he printed off a fake receipt for a video game store that was worth 5,000 British pounds, which is about 4,500 US dollars, and he tried to pass it off as a real one because he was learning Photoshop and thought he was really good with it at the time. So he tried to redeem it in store, and they thankfully didn't call the police on him. They just told him to get out the store and banned him for, I think it was like a couple of years. And then by the time he actually got the courage to go back, basically they'd forgotten he even existed, so it was fine. But yeah, it was nuts. That was the only time where I think it was really nuts, as in, like, he did something really stupid. But the worst part of all of it was having to watch him be juggled on medications for depression, which is why I've never taken meds myself for depression, because, no joke, all of me acting like stupid and everything was basically me actually trying to have my teenage years a lot later on. Because at this point, I'm like, I entered college at 17, and then by the time we'd finished, I think I was either 22 or 23. But I was trying to get my teenage years back, because I'd had them stolen off me. Or rather, my early teenage years. I'd literally had them stolen off me by other, more nasty people. That's more of Moody's backstory, though. But basically, I wanted my teenage years, so I was like, I'll just act like an idiot, and I'll really enjoy myself. So sure enough, I'm just enjoying myself, and I'm confident in what I was doing, so I was getting good grades, and I was giving everybody else a fun time. I didn't mind. But yeah, this guy that was suffering from depression, the worst part about all of this was literally every other week, his doctor was basically recommending he take different versions of meds. Like, he'd have some that would keep him stable. There were others where I'd meet him in the morning and I'd be like, dude, how you doing? And he'd be shaking violently from it. There were others where he'd have random violent outbursts, or where he'd try and punch people.
I'm dead already.
Alright, it was nuts. I didn't like seeing him like that, because when he was chill, he was the most chill guy ever, but every other, like, random week, it was another, like, random medication that they were testing him on. He ended up basically being a guinea pig, and it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen, was him getting treated like a guinea pig. No. So, dude, it really got me upset, that. It's like the worst thing you can do to a person when they're going through mental issues like that is turn around and be like, it's okay, this thing will work for you, we promise, and instead, literally, he's just a guinea pig for meds. So frustrating. Especially when you can't really do much at that point. You're just like, I'll try and keep him happy, try and let him enjoy himself as much as possible, but you can tell he's not enjoying the bits where it's having an effect on his health or it's affecting him negatively, mentally. You know, not good. Really not good. Oh, God. Let's see. I think the pound is worth more than the dollar, says Proof. Not anymore! At least I don't think so. It's a joke about the UK economy at the moment because it pretty much tanked. But that's more political than anything else, and we don't get into politics here. Marcus says, you know, I finished my course, but I don't feel like I can actually do what my course says I should be able to. I need to look at tutorials to do everything currently. Not good for a career. The thing is, half of me regrets doing that kind of stuff. But the other half is like, nah, dude, you had a fantastic time. At least you're confident in what you do. But the problem is, like I said, there's no security in video game stuff. And also, if you want to go into the creative side of things, it's a nightmare. It's a literal living nightmare. You have to be up to date with everything in terms of how the art styles are done, how you optimize things, the latest technology, the latest practices. You know, it's like if you are not always up to date with that, you might as well kiss your ass goodbye when it comes to the art side of things. And that was one thing where I got wrong really early on, because I got comfortable doing stuff that you would normally see now on like the Xbox 360, the PS3. I got really confident at doing stuff at that kind of quality level.
Yeah.
What's up, Jen?
I was just like, just fly over to the area.
Oh,
I'm gonna get killed before I can get to that thing again.
It's like one part of me regrets that stuff, and the other part doesn't, and I can't just fly over to that, Jen. I just realised, because I need to take out the Banshees before the Scarab will do its Scarab Beam, which is why I've been hanging back all this time, trying to take him out safely so I can do the skip, and then we can kill Tartarus in like 2 seconds. Now he should use it, I think. Oh no, he's already done it? When did he fire the Scarab Beam?
Near the start, after I took out one of the Banshees.
God damn it!
That's why I was wondering why you just weren't moving.
I was waiting for him! Oh, I was trying to do the Banshee skip there, but you were dead, so we're gonna have to do that again. Oh no! No, it's not spawning me in here without the Banshee, has it? Oh. Please tell me it's not spawning me in here without the Banshee. Oh! We have to do the boss legit now. Oh, I hate this boss. It's the worst thing in the entire game. I could have literally completed this in like 2 seconds if we'd have had the Banshee. Now we actually have to do the boss the legit way. Ah, this is gonna take forever. How does the Banshee fly with no engine? It's not an engine, it's a gravity pod. It just keeps it up in the air. Or rather, it keeps it stable.
Play it like it's meant to.
Play it like it's meant to. Nobody does that, Proof. Everybody knows the Banshee bug. It's like the most well-known bug in all of Halo, practically.
I don't even know where he shot me from, but he killed me in one hit.
Seriously, this is like the first time I've played this properly in like a decade. Every other time I've done this, Sean's always been alive with me, and we've just used the Banshee, and it's done in like less than 5 minutes. And we can't get through the door because we have to kill all the brutes, and there's one down there with you.
I know. That should have suicided.
There we go. Ah, there we go. It's not cheating if they left it in the engine. No. Oh. Oh crap. Just requires Johnson to shoot him for like half an hour. I'll read the other chat messages in a sec as well. Or maybe while Jen's trying to take out Tartarus. Let's see. Honestly, you sound like a good influence, says David. I don't know, man. You sound like an awesome guy, Dave. Thank you very much. Exram says you got some chat energy there. It's like,
We'll shut them down.
if I want to get into it a little bit, especially because it's part of Moody's backstory, I'll just summarize it as we both don't like people being treated poorly to the point where I get upset about it, like really upset. Moody gets really angry,
Johnson, I'm on.
and we both want to look out for the guy that's the underdog, you know. It's like, I just can't help myself when I see somebody like that.
Lucky hit.
Come on now. Come on. Oh crap. Come on, Tartarus. You dead, Jen?
Nope.
Crap. Johnson's hitting him here. The only place I feel should be rigid with how the game is played is competitive settings.
Used to get in with the sword, and I see you just found the sword I dropped.
Give me a direct answer.
Oh boy, hang on.
And you're there having all your fun and stuff in college, and in my first college, well, that wasn't very fun.
You just had suffering. You had suffering all the way through college and uni.
I did meet my best friend and stuff, but literally because of how I was back then, like absolutely no no confidence is the best way of putting it simplest. Yeah, everyone just used me for whatever. Like one of my jobs was holding their drugs because the teachers wouldn't look in my bag because I was too good.
Oh, I remember that. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. And then getting locked into a hotel room because they wanted to go smoking. And they didn't want the tutor to go in and see that there was only me and two other people and not the people that were supposed to be in that room.
Okay, it's totally fine, no big deal.
I think it was in college is the only time I've ever actually properly snapped and shouted at someone, but it wasn't because they were like still like picking on me and stuff. It's because they picked on the guy friend I had. It's like I just had enough of that, and I just properly like screeched at him.
Was it the guy that you ended up being friends with after introducing him to FF7 Yaoi?
It's a bit more complicated than that because we did date for a little while, like just kind of going out, snuggling, and then he saw me and my best friend looking at Yaoi, asked about it, and then like 2 days later he figured out he might not actually be interested in women.
I think you did him a good favor.
He's an awesome guy.
He is an awesome guy, that's the thing. It's just interesting that he likes Sephiroth more than Tifa.
It was like, oh, this is going to be kind of awkward to explain, and then it's like, it's 2 days later, this is going to be awkward to explain on his side. He goes, so Cloud stole my boyfriend. Oh, this is interesting.
So Dave college years was like the Breakfast Club. Jen's college days was just flat out pain, basically. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Dave having all the good times.
I mean, who wouldn't like Sephiroth more than Tifa says Sky? Seems like a lot of edgy teenagers want to be him. Yeah, but it's different liking Sephiroth than... Oh, rather, it's different wanting to be Sephiroth than wanting Sephiroth in you.
Hey, he's very persuasive.
My mind is now at rest, for questions linger.
He has such beautiful eyes and smooth hair, says Proof.
And you will answer.
right.
Damon says, men want to be him, women want to sleep with him. Sky says, I mean, technically, he'd be in you in both cases. I've seen a lot to know where this is going, says Young. Can probably find that one online. Oh, so there we go. We find connection lost. You are now the session leader. But wasn't I always the session leader?
Yeah, but it's still there.
I don't even. 343.
What?
So next time we're coming on, we'll do this in order. Next time we'll do Halo ODST. Oh no, wait, we don't have it. We do have it. It totally flew over my head then. I'm looking through all the games and I'm seeing like crossplay Halo 3 and it's just right there on Halo 3. We'll do ODST because ODST takes place before Halo 3.
You just want Nathan Fillion.
And Nathan Fillion's in it, yeah. Most of the cast from Firefly are in it, if I remember rightly. So it's basically like watching the rest of the stuff that I wanted to watch, but they didn't make. And then I watched Serenity on my own at one point, and then I was like, ugh.
Told you not to do it.
Yeah, I regret watching Serenity. Not because it's a good film, but more because it has finality to it. Did you even do Reach? No, we didn't do Reach yet. Actually, no, we'll do them in release order. We'll do Halo 3, then we'll do ODST, then we'll do Reach, and then we won't even speak of Halo 4. It doesn't exist.
Hold him out.
It doesn't exist. Halo 4 does not exist. It's a fever dream along with Halo 5 and Halo Infinite right now. How does that make sense, says Damon? So, okay, so the way that it works is if we go in release order, it's Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo ODST, Halo Reach. Primarily because they were still using Halo 3's engine to make ODST. Makes sense in terms of like just banging it out, and I think it was something like a year. Then they redid the entire engine for Halo Reach, and then that was it. Then there were never any more Halo games made ever again. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. We appreciate the time spent with us. Thank you for taking time out of your day to do this. And yeah, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.